What is up, beautiful people? Wolfbrother Methos Custronata from the channel, Frost and Fist here. And I want to make an addendum to my Wolfbrother Wednesday that I put out earlier today. So I know I've done wrong and I just want to address it real quick. So I've left out 2 questions from my Q&A during the Wolfbrother Wednesday. And I wasn't trying to be a jerk or anything, but what had happened was, I read over the questions and I saw that my main man, Flexmaster Freak, had left me a question very similar to Steve from Who Took My Dice, Miniature Wargaming, and in my brain, right up in the brain piece, I lumped them together and I put them off to the side. I skipped over their questions to save them to the end since they were similar. I was going to address them together at the end of the show. Of course, it was like a little past midnight by the time I got done recording, and once I got to the end of the Q&A, my brain just turned off. Like, well, that's the end of the show. And I forgot to go back and answer their question together. But not to leave anybody out. Because, again, the main reason why I like doing YouTube is to participate in the community here with my main man, Freak, and all the wonderful people that we've met along this YouTube journey. So because networking and being part of the community is my favorite part, I'm going to go back and correct my own show today by hitting up these last 2 questions. Freakazoid, or Freakalicioso, asked if you could clone yourself, what physical traits, what personality traits would you give yourself? What would you change? And you get to pick a superpower on top of that. What would it be? So, of course, this is, creating a clone, someone who is not me, but still like me. You know, it's something that I could talk about for days, because we all, or some of us at least, like to think about how we would fix ourselves. So, let me tell you a little story about me, or at least a little insight. So I've always struggled with my temper, and I'm pretty sure I get it from my donor, who's an out-of-control whack job. And, I have internal anger issues that I have trouble with sometimes, and I don't always think logically. I just cut to the most aggressive answer, and I don't mean to be like that, and it's no excuse for being that way. And I've tried so hard over the years to really look inside myself and adjust my responses before they come out of my mouth, or to adjust how I'm taking something, how I'm perceiving something. So that is the first personality trait I would eliminate, is I would make the new me, the other me, a little kinder, more patient, more understanding, and a little more able to see things from the other person's perspective. And I frequently now try to see things from alternative perspectives, but that was a whole lifetime of, attempting to look from that other perspective to get to where I am now. And I still have so much further to go. And of course, I'm never going to be perfect. I don't think any of us are. But I definitely think if I could skip all that through the cloning process and just give this other me, a newer me, the opportunity to be that guy from the get-go instead of having to focus on that all through life, I would definitely just let the clone Methos 2.0, be more chill, be more lax, be less aggressive or angry, and again, be that nicer guy. Because it's funny, when I play video games or when I play role-playing games, I always have to be the good guy, the light side. If I play a KOTOR game, I can't just be a light side Jedi. I have to be the pillar of light. When you max out your light side points, your character is displayed in a pillar or fountain of bright light. When I play Mass Effect, same way, I have to have my light side points. Maybe it's Renegade and my Paragon points all the way to the max. If I play Infamous, I have to be all the way in the blue and be that bright pillar of blue lightning. It's just, I always strive to walk in the light, and I think that's because I know there's that anger deep down inside of me. I call it my beast. And I would just not have, if I could, that other me, the new me, I would make him not have to worry about the beast and just not have it there to begin with. Yeah. So I would let him be the pillar of light, you know, that light side, that genuine good guy that I always want to be and strive to be. That's what personality trait I would change. That's the kind of physical the personality. Physical traits, first of all, this dude would have to be taller, a taller version of me. A taller version, fit in shape, with a ridiculous metabolism like my brother Cloud or my son Darian, who just, no matter how much they eat, these guys can eat and eat and eat and eat and still be in, you know, peak condition. And I'm jealous all the time. Because these guys, you guys know those people, you watch them, they make you sick. They can just put away the food, and, I mean, they still are in an excellent physical condition at all times, regardless of how badly they eat or what they eat. I would give that to my other self, you know. Give him a free pass, eat whatever he wants. Yeah, definitely. And then, of course, taller, right? I'm 5'5", 5'6" when I go to the DMV. I don't know why. There says I'm a little taller. But, yeah, I would I would love to know what it's like to be tall. I feel like taller people get to experience a whole different life. A whole different quality of life is different than the quality of life that we short people get to experience. You know, I feel like it's as big of a jump as between nobles and peasants. You know, you just don't understand how that other side lives. I feel like being tall would do that same kind of thing. So I would definitely give the better version of Methos some height. I have glass bone syndrome, right? So it you know, it's made my bones real fragile all through life, and it's probably the same thing as what caused my ACL to be brittle. And so having torn the ligaments in my body and broken several bones because I have this glass bone syndrome, I would definitely like to have a physical traits of actually being, you know, hardy of body, you know, and being able to do physical things without hurting myself. Yeah, definitely all those things. And then, of course, superficially, I'd like to give myself green eyes, or this other clone version of me, just because I've always wanted bright, glowing green eyes ever since Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I think that would be epic. So, yeah, so you would have a kinder, even more genuine, you know, that genuine good guy in this Methos 2.0. You know, the constant, you know, symbolism of the light side kind of guy. You would have him who doesn't deal with anger problems. He would be taller, have a better metabolism, have strong bones and ligaments, and have green eyes. Those are the changes I would make. So in the end, he would look nothing like me, be different from me on the inside, I guess. And then, of course, if I could equip him with a superpower, it's funny because all throughout life, my answer's typically been similar. You know, casting energy and making constructs. Lightning is my favorite element, so, you know, the ability to blast lightning or make constructs of lightning. You know, lightning swords, lightning blades, lightning chains, that kind of thing. Those have always been my answer before. In fact, my brother Darklight and I, we actually made our own comic style characters, Magus and Rune, and my character Magus, you know, was able to wield lightning and make weapons out of lightning. So that's always been my favorite so far in life. And other things that I like, of course, Green Lantern style, making energy constructs. Superman, I wanted to emulate Superman and everything he stood for the longest time. Even at one point, my favorite power set was Wolverine claws and healing. You know, just getting in there and shredding it up and being in the mix. All these things have been good answer, but lately, so the one I'm going to pick for now is I've been watching a lot of DC's The Flash, and oh my god, it's a fantastic show. If you haven't watched it yet, go check it out. Really, really awesome show. And it makes me think, you know, even if I could wield lightning and perform energy blasts, I might be able to fight some crime, but in the end, I'd probably still be shot. If I could make construct energy weapons, I might be able to make shields and weapons and try and resist some damage, but in the end, I still might be able to get shot. You know, but if I'm if I'm moving at super speed like a speedster, and time slows down around me, and I could just simply never be where the bullets are, and always be able to hear and react to gunfire in time. I think being a speedster like the Flash would be epic. And of course, with my personality, you know, and having trained in martial arts growing up, and I would take that martial arts knowledge that I have and apply that to the Flash's speed. And of course, I would still be me in my style. So, you know, all the swordsmanship I've been training in over the years, I would probably use my swordsmanship as a speedster. And I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, that would be my answer. So, a high-speed, epic martial arts action as a speedster. So, I mean, not me. It'd be this clone person. But also, that's where Freak's question coincides with Steve from Who Took My Dice, who asked me what superpower would I give myself. And if I could give it to myself and the clone, and we would be super speed twins, kind of, you know, keeping the city safe together, yeah. Oh, and on top of that, the all speedsters and everything I've ever seen, their powers have a side effect of giving them a ridiculous metabolism. So, you know, that'd be also epic. So that way, could use that super metabolism to start, you know, my powers would even help me get into a wicked shape too. And it'd help me, I wouldn't have to worry about the fact that in real life, you know, running damages my knees and stuff like that because that my soft bones, you know, because the speedsters like the Flash heal at super speed. So, you know, hurting myself heals quickly. All of that would be really epic. So that's my answer so far, what I would give to a clone of mine and a superpower I would take for myself. Thank you so much for your questions, Freak and Steve. Of course, my very own Freakazoid, Freakalicioso, Freakus Maximus, and here on the Frost and Fist, and of course, Steve over at Who Took My Dice, Miniature Wargaming. Thank you so much for the question, guys. Apologize for skipping over the question earlier, but I hope I've made up for it. If you guys liked watching this little addendum to my Wolfbrother Wednesday, then grab up an axe and smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. And drop me some comments down below letting me know what superpower you would give yourself. And of course, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, then Freakorama and I, along with our brother Shroud, would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frost and Fist. Until next time, guys, stay frosty.